What's in store for Tesla and Elon this year as the spike in the stock continues? We have a bull-bear debate. Joining me now, our bear, GLJ Research CEO Gordon Johnson and Gerber Kawasaki CEO and well-known Tesla shareholder and bull owning 440,000 Tesla shares, Ross Gerber. Gordon, the stock has been a total winner year to date. I mean, well, actually, since it hit that low on January 6th. What is your case against Tesla at the moment?
Yeah, so the case against Tesla is simple. There's a couple of key things. Number one, Tesla no longer has a real-world range advantage based on Edmunds testing. Number two, they no longer have a charging advantage. The Hyundai Ioniq has a 800-volt battery, charges quicker than Tesla. A lot of other cars do. Number three, they rank last in autonomous driving. And in fact, Mercedes now has level 3 ADAS on the road now where they take legal liability. Tesla does not. Number four, their 4680 battery. Remember the last time we had this debate with Ross, he said that their batteries are the best thing since Edison's light bulb. None of the promises they made at Battery Day they've achieved, and their nominal density is actually worse than Panasonic's current generation 2170 battery. So their batteries are actually worse than current generation batteries. So the point is, you have a company that we believe is going to see earnings decline roughly 25% this year, and I could run you through that math. So you have declining earnings, you have market share collapsing in China, the U.S., and Europe, and you have lead times that are extended despite big price cuts. So I think they have problems.
Ross, let me just bring up the scarcity premium issue. I do believe Gordon is either right or just about to definitely be right on that. You have a lot of companies coming out. Hyundai's coming out with the Ioniq, which hopefully is going to have a better price point than the Model Y. I drive a Tesla, and I'm looking for something a little bit better. What are you saying is the upside potential here? What's going to drive it for Tesla?
Well, I mean, first of all, the Ioniq is not even comparable to a Tesla Model Y. It's kind of a cheap car, and it looks like a cheap car and inside and out, and the technology's antiquated. There are competitors that are starting to, come out, but as we've seen, most of them still have years before they can scale, with Ford now halting production of the Lightning because of issues that they're having scaling production. So Tesla still has a several-year advantage in the scale and output of cars, which no other EV player is close. So if you want to buy an EV, Tesla is the way. Their battery technology is superior. They have ramped 4680, and we're now seeing them in cars coming out of Austin, and the price points are coming down and the costs are coming down. But the bottom line is Tesla still is the only game in the EV town, and now that they've shown that they can sell cars at a lower price, they're raising prices because demand is so heavy.
Well,
so Tesla's still in early innings of their growth story.
To that point, Gordon, there is something very disruptive about Tesla and the way they run their business. He can change prices on a dime, and that enrages some people who buy them at the higher price, and then 2 weeks later he gets a bad data point and he lowers the price. But what is the negative of that beyond what I've just articulated?
Yeah. I got to pin Ross a bit here. He talks some platitudes and vagaries, and you got to be specific. We can't just keep allowing these platitudes and vagaries. Listen, Tesla is not. They don't have any competitive advantage.
Gordon, you just said the Mercedes has full self-driving, and it doesn't.
Yeah, they just reported weekly sales in China. Their weekly sales in China were roughly 6.7 thousand cars. That's just 38% of their capacity in China, despite massive price cuts. Their run rate demand in Q4 was about 1.75 million cars annually. That's half of their capacity, despite the fact they're only running their plants at 20% utilization.
Gordon, we're about to break our records in production and delivery. We're looking at 500,000 cars in Q1.
Okay, hold on.
4.5 times. Ross, let me finish. BYD sells 4.5 times more cars than them in China. BYD is increasing prices in China. VW is increasing prices in China. Tesla's cutting prices and not selling out their capacity.
Well,
that is the definition, the quintessential definition.
They've always exported cars from China.
Okay, Ross, you are actually, I mean, while you are a big Tesla bull, and I've known you a long time, and you have been, you also feel that it's necessary to announce this week to the company that you would like to run for a board seat, correct? What is your dissatisfaction?
Well, it's not about dissatisfaction. It's about helping Tesla go to the next level with a skill set that I have that I think Tesla needs and is necessary, and a board seat would be a way to implement these strategies. I mean, there's no question with all the fake news and the FUD that people like Gordon put out every day that Tesla needs PR and marketing so that the real story is told. I mean, Mercedes doesn't have a full self-driving solution, and it says it very clearly. You have to drive the car 30 miles per hour. Okay. Secondly, Gordon, I think Tesla has millions of new customers, and they really need to focus on the experience for customers. And I'd love to see a service and customer satisfaction czar take over at Tesla.
I would agree with that. Let me let Gordon.
And lastly, I'd like to see some succession planning, because Elon Musk is a human being, and as Tesla moves into the next level, it should be very clear what path Tesla would take if, God forbid, anything happened to Elon.
Okay, Gordon,
so
would you vote for Ross if you had the opportunity? Do you think Ross would make a good candidate for the board?
I think Ross would be excellent. Look, Ross has never disagreed with Elon Musk. He's literally a cult member. He's saying things in this interview that aren't true. He's saying Mercedes doesn't have level 3.
How am I a cult member, Gordon?
Liability. I think Ross speaks in vagaries and platitudes. I think he would agree with whatever Elon Musk made. I think he'd make a perfect board member.
Okay, quick, Ross, really quick, because Gordon started. You can end really quick.
Vagary and platitudes, I've decided.
Okay, Ross, do us a favor. Let us know what response you get from the company. And Gordon, we will continue to look at your research and have you both back. But again, the stock is on a power trip, at least today. It is now pretty much hitting session highs. Good to see you both. Thank you for joining us.
Hopefully we'll hit a Gordon today. Hopefully we'll be up $20.
All right, well, we shall see. It's at $209.02 right now. Up next, Charlie breaks it on Gary Gensler's